Hello, I welcome you all. Now in this lecture, we'll be designing pre-stressed concrete slab, that is post-tension slab, and it may be one way or two-way slab. Now you might be knowing if ratio of Ly by Lx is greater than 2, ratio of Ly by Lx is greater than 2, then it is said as one-way slab, and Ly by Lx ratio is less than or equal to 2, then this slab is designed as two-way slab. You might be knowing this condition when to design as one-way or when to design as two-way slab. Now firstly, we will be designing one-way pre-stressed slab. One-way pre-stressed slab, and let us have towards the procedure of designing. Let us have view towards procedure of designing. First step will be determination of the design load and bending moment. Determination of design load and bending moment. Second step will be determination of the depth or thickness of the slab. Determination of depth or say thickness of slab. Third step would be determination of the design data. Determination of design data. And fourth step would be determination of minimum pre-stressing force required. Determination of minimum pre-stressing force required, and after that we will be determining spacing of cables. After that we will be determining spacing of cable. Now you might be knowing the basic difference between pre-stressed concrete slab and conventional slab, and we are going to design pre-stressed concrete slab, that is PSC slab, that is post tension slab. And when large spans are to be designed or large span is required without any interruption, we go for pre-stressed concrete slab, that is nothing but post tension slab. Post tension slab. Now let us have a brief look towards the procedure. Now our first step was determination of design load and bending moment. And bending moment due to dead load, that is mg, we can calculate by formula WL square by 8. You might be knowing, where W is nothing but dead weight intensity, and dead weight intensity can be calculated by formula 25 B into H, where 25 is nothing but unit weight for concrete in kilonewton per meter cube. 25 is nothing but gamma C, that is unit weight of concrete in kilonewton per meter cube. Now converting all in single dimension, that is say mm, we can write 25 BH into 10 raised to minus 6. Dead load intensity will be 25 BH into 10 raised to minus 6, as here B is nothing but width of slab, that is unit width of slab, and H is nothing but thickness of slab. Hence substituting this Wg in equation of mg, we can write 25 BH into 10 raised to minus 6 into L square divided by 8, or you can write as 25 BH L square 8 into 10 raised to 6. In this way you are supposed to determine the bending moment. Second step is determination of depth or thickness of the slab. Prior to that, Let us have a look towards this notation FC1, or you can say FCT. Now here FC1 or FCT is nothing but allowable compressive stress in concrete, and FC2 or you can say FTT is nothing but allowable tensile stress in concrete. Unit is Newton per mm square. Now we'll use this notation FCT and FTT. FCT for allowable compressive stress in concrete. FTT is nothing but allowable tensile stress in concrete. Now range of stress at bottom fiber is determined as FBR is equal to eta into FCT minus FTT, where eta is nothing but loss ratio, and section modulus required is nothing but BS square by 6, as it is symmetrical section, where another formula for section modulus is MQ plus 1 minus eta into mg divided by eta into FCT minus FTT. Here MQ is nothing but moment due to live load intensity, mg is nothing but moment due to dead load intensity, where B is nothing but 1, that is unit width of slab in meters, and H is nothing but thickness of slab. H is nothing but thickness of slab. Now here you can substitute eta into FCT minus FTT as FBR. Eta into FCT minus FTT is nothing but FBR, that is range of stress at bottom. Hence we can write ZB required is equal to BS square by 6 is equal to MQ plus 1 minus eta into mg divided by FBR. Now we are supposed to remember all these formulas during designing one-way PSC slab. Third step is determination of the design data, that is nothing but ZB equal to ZT equal to BR square by 6. Since section is symmetrical, hence formula for ZB will be BS square by 6. Now pre-stress is F superior, that is nothing but F to the suffix SUP, F superior, or you can say sigma T equal to FC2 minus mg by ZT, and F inferior, that is FINF, is equal to, or you can say sigma B FC2 divided by eta plus mg plus mq divided by eta into ZB. Now here F superior is nothing but sigma T, that is nothing but stress at top extreme fiber. F inferior is nothing but sigma B, that is stress at bottom extreme fiber. Hence we will be using these two formulas or say equations. F superior is equal to FC2 minus mg by ZT, and F inferior is nothing but FC2 divided by eta plus in bracket mg plus mq divided by eta into ZB. Again don't forget that FC1 is nothing but FCT, FC2 is nothing but FTT. In previous step we have seen FC1 is nothing but FCT, that is allowable compressive stress, and FTT is nothing but allowable tensile stress. Hence we will be using these equations. Now next fourth step will be determination of the minimum pre-stressing force required, and we know that stress is nothing but force per unit area. Stress is nothing but force per unit area. Hence we can calculate this pre-stressing force required, and it will be P is equal to sigma into A. Now here stress we have calculated as F superior and F inferior. Hence stress will be average of both these, F superior plus F inferior divided by 2. Hence substituting in this equation, we can determine pre-stressing force as F superior plus F inferior into area A divided by 2. Or in previous step we have seen F superior is nothing but sigma T and F inferior is nothing but sigma B. Stress at top extreme fiber, inferior is nothing but stress at bottom extreme fiber. Don't get confused between this notation, because in various reference books this notation might change. F superior is similar to sigma T, that is stress at top extreme fiber. F inferior is similar to sigma B, that is stress at bottom extreme fiber. Hence don't get confused. Now we'll calculate eccentricity required. Eccentricity required, E is equal to Z by A into bracket F inferior minus F superior divided by F inferior plus F superior. All these formulas you should keep in mind during calculation and design. E is equal to Z by A into bracket F inferior minus F superior divided by F inferior plus F superior. And main important note that is to be kept in mind during calculating pre-stressing force, this formula F superior plus F inferior. Main important thing you are supposed to keep in mind, consider signs of F superior and F inferior. If F inferior or stress at bottom fiber is in tension side, hence we can write or give negative sign, for example say minus 1 Newton per mm square, and F superior is plus 4 Newton per mm square. Consider this example. Then at this time you are supposed to consider the signs of this F inferior and F superior, that is stress at bottom extreme fiber, stress at top extreme fiber, and this will become P is equal to A by 2. F superior is plus 4 and F inferior is minus 1. Hence this becomes 4 minus 1 divided by 2 into A by 2 P equal to. Don't forget to consider the signs of F superior and F inferior during this calculation process. And last step will be calculation of spacing of the cables. Calculation of spacing of cables, and spacing can be calculated as pre-stressing force in cable into B divided by pre-stressing force required. Spacing in the cables can be calculated by the formula spacing is equal to pre-stressing force into the cable into B divided by pre-stressing force required, where B is nothing but 1000 mm, that is unit meter width of slab, unit meter width of slab panel. In this way you are supposed to determine the spacing of the cables. And at last reinforcement diagram. In this way we have seen the steps so as to design pre-stressed one-way post-tension slab. Let's have overlook. First step was determination of design load and bending moment, determination of depth of the thickness of the slab, second step. Third step was determination of the design data, and fourth step was determination of minimum pre-stressing force required, followed by pre-stressing of spacing of the pre-stressed cables. In this way, you are supposed to design one-way pre-stressed slab. In upcoming videos, we will see the example and design one pre-stressed one-way slab. For any queries, you can comment in the comment box or go through the notes. Link for the notes is given in description box. Thank you very much.